Hola, amiguitos y amiguitas, muy buenos días. Gracias por estar con nosotros en su programa Café con Leche, la voz de los latinos en América. Estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470M, 96.9 FM y Café con Leche radio.com. También estamos en Facebook Live. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Y en este momento tenemos a Michael González. Él es un maestro de educación para la carrera técnica y es un verdadero placer tenerlo. Él pertenece a la escuela preparatoria de Eastside y nos va a platicar de un poquito acerca de él. Could you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm Michael Gonzalez. I have been at Eastside High School for 6 years. I teach English and I also teach a film and video production class.
Ha estado en esta escuela de Eastside por 6 años y enseña inglés y también esto de la cinematografía y televisión. Where did you learn that, or how did you get oriented to that area? It's so interesting. How come you are not working in Hollywood instead of here?
Yeah. So when I was 19, I started working on a show called Young and the Restless, a daytime soap opera. And that was 2006. And it was a great job, great friends, learning a lot of skills. I kind of grew up fast, 19 years old with a really full-time job. But then I got married young, had kids young, and it wasn't the ideal situation for a family.
Yeah.
And so I grew up out here in the Antelope Valley. I went to Rancho Vista Elementary and then Hillview and then Quartz Hill and then AVC. So I've been here for quite some time. And I always knew I wanted to come back and have more of an impactful job. And so when I was kind of like mid-20s, I just had the idea I'm going to start pursuing my teaching credential and went to college, and I feel like everything started rolling since then.
Very good. Bueno, le preguntaba yo, él tiene experiencia haciendo programas de televisión y le digo que qué hace aquí y por qué no está en Hollywood. Dice que él empezó a muy temprana edad a tratar esto, a trabajar en eso y hizo incluso una telenovela y estuvo ahí practicando. Dice, pero finalmente me casé muy pronto, me casé muy joven, tuve hijos muy jóvenes y entonces ya no se adecuaba ese trabajo a mis necesidades. Yo crecí en esta área, me fui a obtener mis credenciales de maestro y desde entonces estoy aquí en esta área. I suppose you really enjoyed your work. And why do you teach English, and could you teach me?
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And even though I stopped working full-time in 2016, I still do it part-time. So on the weekends, during the summers, I'll still go out there to kind of stay. I did that for kind of social reasons, to see old friends that I used to work with, but also just to kind of keep my hand there. And then just early on, I was always interested in English, like even in high school. I always enjoyed reading, writing, so it just, to me, when I started going to college even, I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to teach. Those were the classes I enjoyed the most, and so early on, I was at AVC before I went to university. I already had in my mind, if this works out and teaching works out and I can finish school and work full-time with a new baby at home, I'm going to teach English, and sure enough, it worked out.
What studio do you work with?
Well, it's Local 33 is the union. They work all over Hollywood, but I primarily worked at CBS Studios in Television City.
Okay, all right.
Bueno, nos está platicando de, primero que estaba estudiando, trabajó en CBS y pertenece al sindicato 33. Y luego le preguntaba yo, bueno, ¿por qué el enseñar inglés? Dice, bueno, siempre me llamó muchísimo la atención el inglés. Y cuando, bueno, decidí hacer la transición a esta carrera de maestro, pues decidí que esa era mi área y todavía continúo haciéndolo. Do you teach English to everybody or English learners, or is different the teaching? Or
yeah, there's different levels, I guess, different specialties. I teach general ed English.
It's like,
yeah.
Like
What
okay.
grade level?
So literature. I teach English 10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Él le preguntaba yo si hay una diferencia entre el aprendizaje de inglés o la clase que se da en inglés para todos los estudiantes y la de los que aprendemos inglés. No, dice sí, son dos clases diferentes. Yo enseño en la de que tienes que, en la escuela general, pues, para todos los estudiantes y enseña a nivel del grado 10. So it's your turn, Michael.
Okay. I was very interested, Michael, in the fact that you're doing video and you're teaching English. Is there a crossover, a transition that you use as an instructional tool with your television experience, I should say?
Sure, I think it kind of goes both ways. Like I've done video projects in my English class even before we had a video production class. But even the video side of it, the writing, it's all communications.
Right.
Whether it's being written, whether it's being spoken, whether it's being even seen visually, it's all communicating a message across. And so I just think that I really emphasize that even, like I said, prior to the video class, the idea that English is really to teach you to be an effective communicator.
Yeah, but you have a vantage point because, writing a book is different than writing a screenplay.
Sure.
you know, so I'm sure that you've got some angles that are very helpful to kids.
Yeah.
Do kids get a chance to choose your class and with the knowledge that you have this background, do you get a lot of students wanting to take your class?
Sure. It actually, the way this class actually started last year was me and Mr. Gomez, who'll be on shortly. Everybody was at home, distance learning was going on, nobody was at school, and we really wanted to kind of bring the school to the students.
Right.
And so we started making announcement videos. Hey, here's what's going on this week at Eastside.
Right.
And we would do funny little things to kind of, little skits. We had these big blow up bubbles that people would run into each other and, just to kind of get, it was such a hard time that it was really an opportunity to lighten it up and kind of build that community while they were at home.
So the school was able to stay connected with the home.
Exactly. And so that's how it started off. And then I think we just randomly were like, hey, what if we taught kids to do this? So I had the video background, and so it was not a big deal for me to light it and to get things set up and to edit and everything else. I had that background. But then we just thought toward the end of last school year, hey, what if we had students learn to do this?
Right.
And then so it kind of like organically grew to a class of 23 kids this year who's doing it. And so we put the applications out and we already have 50, 60 plus kids interested in this one class. And so next year is going to be even bigger, and I hope that it continues to grow.
Ok, estamos hablando de de su clase de inglés, entonces ahora surge también esto de los videos, ¿no? Y dice que en esta temporada donde no hubo alumnos en la escuela y que tenían que comunicarse a través del internet, pues se les ocurrió hacer proyectos en video donde se les daba los mensajes. Pero dice, pero esto ha sido muy interesante también porque uso los proyectos de video en mi clase de inglés, en la clase de inglés que doy, y entonces eso ya me permitió como tener otra visión y empezar a hacer mensajes que les enviamos a los estudiantes, algunos en forma cómica para que fueran atractivos y ellos pudieran enterarse de qué es lo que estaba pasando en la escuela. Pero es una excelente oportunidad. Dice que ahora ya esta especie de academia ha crecido y se espera que ahorita tienen 30 y tantos alumnos y se espera que en el próximo año escolar sea mejor. There is something similar in Course Hill, no?
Yeah, I believe they have a film and video.
Maybe we can have a contest to see who is the best.
Well, yeah, maybe.
And the first was Lancaster. So
three. We have three then. Let's make something. Let's do something, a contest to see which one is the best.
Well, we're actually excited right now. We're doing our first film festival, and so we have four films that students produced, and we have a sound engineering class as well at Eastside, and they are going to do the score over the film, and so that's currently going on right now. And we have a film festival, like the actual event is going to be, I think it's May 20th.
Are there any plans for expansion throughout the district?
Oh, definitely. We've talked about, well, this is really a trial run for us.
Right.
To see how it went. And it was super successful. And so it would be cool to reach out to other schools and other programs and have a community-wide, a district-wide film festival.
Bueno, mira, la buena noticia es que van a tener un festival de cine para el 20 de mayo y es el primero. Y también están muy educando en ingeniería de sonido para que esto sea muy bien hecho todo. Y bueno, Michael le estaba preguntando si habría la posibilidad de que se coordinaran todas las escuelas que tienen, porque hablamos de 3 escuelas, Course Hill, Lancaster y Eastside, que tienen este tipo de programas, y dijo Michael que sí, habría la posibilidad de que se coordinaran todos. Dice, bueno, pues claro que sí, y estamos esperando el festival del cine que se va a llevar el mayo 20. And for this festival, everybody's going to be able to go, or only for students, like we want to go to see.
It's going to be in the theater. I think it's for everybody. It's
Oh,
during
Being
is it during our showcase? Is that the day of that?
I think so, yes.
So it's like an opportunity where the school like showcases kind of the big things that they've accomplished over the year, different classes,
Uh-huh.
different subjects. And I believe you have the theater rented out, and it's quite a big theater. So I'm sure if people are interested.
Yeah.
Very good.
Right.
could
Bueno,
invite
se
the
va a
community.
hacer un evento público donde se van a hacer varios eventos para la escuela para demostrar lo que están haciendo los estudiantes, y bueno, el festival de cine va a ser uno de ellos. We're going to take a break and we will be back.
And Michael, what was your focus in the industry? What is it?
Lighting.